Annette Anthony here, your Director of Corporate Engagement for our monthly Techinar. We are featuring and really leaning into social media. Our social presence is our theme for the entire month, and I've got a really special guest. Listen, she is not only my colleague, but I consider her a friend as well. Samantha Morris is our Vice President of Digital Marketing at Exit Realty Corp International. Since joining Exit, if I'm right, Sam, is it 2010?
2010, yes.
Yes. Okay, so she's been the driving force behind the company's digital presence, overseeing everything from social media and graphics teams, marketing and advertising initiatives, all corporate creative and content strategy. And she's earned the recognition among industry peers, particularly for her boundary-pushing work in branding, communications, and marketing. Some of her standout honors, you guys, includes her being recognized multiple times to Inman News's Marketing All-Stars. That celebrates marketers who deliver creative, high-impact work in real estate. Beyond her many awards, Samantha also spearheads Focus on Good Health. That's our Exit's Health and Wellness blog initiative, which helps use the company's values with its digital storytelling. You guys are in for a treat. Sam, we're so happy to have you. Welcome.
Annette, thank you so much. You are so kind with your introductions, and I am really excited to be here today to talk about social media, and it's a powerhouse. We know that it has been for years, but especially in our industry. You know, our industry is all about relationships, and most of our relationships, many of our relationships are cultivated online and maintained online. So the point of today is what's working now, because it's changing fast. And so, you know, every couple of months, it's good to have one of these sit downs to really kind of hone in into what strategies are working, what's changed. And I've got a really sort of fast-paced presentation with lots of examples from our Exit associates, which I think really helps tell the story of you know, tactics that they're using in order to do more business. So if we can, we'll just dive right in. So first and foremost, you mentioned the word storytelling, and I'm so glad you did, because people want to be compelled to watch your content. And so when it comes to our business, how do we draw them into an immersive experience, right? We want our buyers to feel like they're in the home before they've even physically stepped foot into it. And we can do that by telling a story about the property. We can do that by using rich video and imagery and really pulling them into what the experience is like within the home, outside of the home, in the neighborhood. And, you know, a couple of stats that we know are true is professional photos in this industry are absolutely a must, right? High quality, high resolution, colorful photos. But more importantly, you'll see a staggering more than 400% of inquiries increase when you use video. So video's been king for years. That is not news. But you know, now more than ever, how do we tell the story using video? And another point is drone technology. It's not new, but not a lot of people are using it yet. And buyers want to see not just what it's like to be in the home and outside the home, but what is it like, aerial view of the neighborhood? Like, what can I expect driving into this community? And drone footage is a great way to do that. So I have an example of a great home promotion video that two of our associates out of Tennessee, April Harrington and Ashley Bess, have created. So I'd like to go ahead and play it if that works.
Love it. Yes.
If we weren't selling this house, we'd be moving in.
And honestly, we may still.
I'm April.
And I'm Ashley.
And we're your destination finders.
Welcome to 4932 Briarwood Drive, a Creve Hall gym that's cozy, classic, and ready for your crew.
This living room has sunshine for days and hardwoods that shine like your grandma's dining table.
Kitchen goals? Granite. Check. Soft closed drawers? Check. Stainless steel appliances? Check. And the washer and dryer? They're staying. So you're already winning.
And this bonus den is a game changer. It's got cozy vibes, a fireplace, and it opens right up to your nearly half-acre backyard paradise.
Big fenced yard, fire pit ready, room for the pups, kids, or a quiet moment in a hammock.
A beautiful primary suite on the back of the home, a walk-in closet you could take a nap in, and a fully tiled shower with spa day vibes.
You're not just buying a house.
You're buying into Creve Hall, a true Nashville favorite with charm, character, and convenience.
So call your agent
Or call us.
Let's get you home.
How is that?
I love it. So good. You know, it goes so well with the music and walking through like what you would be doing in a home. I love it. It definitely gets attention.
100%. And, you know, I love what they've done by just zooming and panning into the rooms. It's like as if you're walking with them. You know, there's a little bit of effects there that keep the video interesting. It kind of pops and like zooms and stretches here and there. I don't know if you noticed that. But, you know, between the two of them and then telling the story of the home and, you know, showcasing some of the features and the drone technology, the drone footage, it really gives you a sense of where this home is located and what you can expect. So beautifully done, and I thought that was a great example of how to tell a story of a home.
So good. The aerial footage too, Sam, like people want to know how close am I going to be to my neighbors?
Totally.
So might not, you know, give the reveal of how, you know, how distant are you going to be? Love it. 10 out of 10.
Yeah, they did a great job. So let's move on to short form content. So we know that short form is where it's at. It gets the highest engagement. We want real and raw clips, so authenticity is everything. Short form is beautiful because we know that our attention spans aren't what they used to be. People are scrolling super fast, and so how do we capture their attention in a split second? And short form is really where it's at. So I have an example from Laura Bodson out of Florida. Now this one doesn't have any audio, it just has music. So I will, I'll share what it says on the video after it plays. It's really short, it's about 10 seconds. So let's take a look. Okay. So for those of you who are maybe just listening in and haven't had a chance to watch the video, Laura is holding a Labubu, and if you have kids, you know what these things are. They are all the talk right now. It's very relevant in terms of content, and her first caption is POV, so point of view. You hear about these Labubu things, but you have no idea what they're about, right? And then it flips to a still of her holding a Labubu, and to the effect of, just glad I can get you into a home with no boo-boos, right? Super cute. It's colorful. You'll notice it. It wasn't even 10 seconds. I'm going to play it one more time for you just so you can see it. Okay, let's try that.
So good. I have no idea what this Labubu hype is, but that video would definitely make me feel like I don't want to be missing out. What the heck is this Labubu hype all about?
and you can't help but notice it, right?
Yeah.
So she's tied it in perfectly into her business. Yeah. It is not even 10 seconds, so you know when you're scrolling through your phone super fast, you're going to see it in its entirety. And it's colorful and bright. It's got like, you know, fun music. So definitely noticeable. I think she did a great job with this. And you can create really short form content and make an impression.
Love it.
Okay, let's move on. So community expertise. Your audience wants to know not only what it's like to be in a home or in a neighborhood, but also what are the hidden gems, right? Can we give a little more insight into what the lifestyle is like in an area, what the culture is like what to expect when you're actually living in an area day in and day out? And community expertise, or hyper-local positioning, as we like to call it, is a perfect way to convey something about an area, a neighborhood, that's going to help sell that particular property. So I've got an example from Rob DePiero out of New Brunswick. And again, there's no audio, just music. So I'll recite what the caption is once the video plays. It's only about 10 seconds. All right, that was over super quickly. Now, just for those of you who are listening, aerial footage of an area, right? Some beaches and parks. And there is a text overlay with a caption that says, show me a park where you can walk a trail, play with the kids on the playground, hit a brand new beach volleyball court, and lay on a sandy beach, and then be back home in 10 minutes.
Nice.
Who doesn't, right?
Right, for sure.
Right. So, and then in the caption of the post, there's some more text where he goes into a little more detail. So he says, the Little River Reservoir, often called the Res, is one of those East Coast St. John gems that locals love. And then he goes on and goes into more explanation. I chatted with him briefly yesterday. He says he gets a ton of engagement on these types of videos. They are really beautiful and easy to create. You can really go a long way by, having the right type of footage of an area, especially if it's aerial combined with maybe the property or some local, restaurants or coffee shops, and then slapping on a description that's, inviting. This is such a beautiful way to talk about a property in the neighborhood.
Love it. Very creative. And he's hitting all the things, whether you are an outdoorsy type of person or you want to take the kids out for a little stroll along the water. Come on. So
totally.
Smart.
And you can have such a variety too for properties, right? You show the nature side, you can show the community side, you can show the busy city side. Like, it's all aspects of all types of properties can lend themselves to this type of video content.
Smart.
Okay. This one's fun. Humor and connection. So I have a really dry sense of humor. I don't make funny videos per se, but we know humor goes a really long way. It makes you really human, right? It's a piece of your authenticity, is showing up as you are, flaws and all. It also creates a sense of lightheartedness, and it's a great tool to use to break down either complex ideas, to educate people in the industry, to kind of relieve a little stress, because we know buying and selling a home, it can be really stressful. Mm-hmm. So what I found is a video from Clarissa Azevedo from California, and she has beautifully curated content on her profile, home property profiles, neighborhood insights, all of her expertise. What she's done in a really fun way is put together a blooper reel, and I would love to play the blooper reel because it's just you can't help but smile because it shows you the other side of what it's like to create all this content. It's not perfect. You make a ton of mistakes, and who does not love a blooper reel? So I'm going to play that next.
Love it.
This is going to be one of those days, isn't it?
No, I don't like that. Updated flooring throughout. No, I don't like any of that. Did I forget to mention too? Whoa. Most importantly, this property offers covered boat storage or parcelable. This hurts. Okay, Jesus Christ. Okay, really? As you can see, this property is turnkey from the updated flooring, interior and exterior Sure. Trying to get out. I'm going too fast. It's like I'm too fat for it. Okay, ready? You'll notice on the south side of the property a well laid out additional family room, bedroom, and sunroom that's perfect for just shy over 1,500, just shy over. Welcome to the very popular Houston. We're here at 1604. Not only does this beautiful property sit on just under 8,000 square feet of lot, Not only does this property sit on a lot, on a whopping, not only does this property sit on a, visit CarissaCloses.com.
How can you not laugh at that, right? So much fun, so lighthearted. She has got such a great attitude and personality, great sense of business and fun, right?
And there's no doubt marketers who do video have ample footage of just bloopers. You know, whether you're walking and talking and being on video is a hazard.
It's so true. And no one gets it in one shot. Let's face it.
Mm-mm. Yeah. You know, it just shows you persistence, you know, and just keep going, and you're going to get the verbiage just right. But man, those bloopers are so much fun, Sam. I love that.
They're so fun. And then when you go and watch her curated content, it's like perfection. But you know that like she's put a lot of effort into it, and it's nice to see both sides.
I love it.
So all right. Our last section for today. So authenticity over perfection. People love who you actually are, right? They really do. They don't want to see this perfect, polished all the time representation of you that blends into everything else that everybody else is doing. They want to see the real you, right? That's how we become really likable, and how we develop like a loyal fan base and client base and like make connections is by showing up as our true selves. So being able to do that in video, I know sometimes it can be a little scary, but it will go so much further than having to over analyze the details and worry about everything being perfect. I wanted to just share this stat that I found from Zillow. So in Q1 of 2025, Zillow saw 2.4 billion visits. That far exceeds actual property sales. And what that tells us is that real estate content is entertainment. I don't know about you, but I've started to watch it in that capacity. So even though I may not be interested at this time to buy or sell, I'm still curious. And the way the creators are making content these days, it really pulls you in a different way. So how do we be authentic? There are so many different ways to do it. This next example is by far my favorite. It is again from April Harrington out of Tennessee. And she nerds out in science. I don't know if you've seen this, Annette, but she relates science to real estate in the most clever way that is totally memorable, unforgettable, like fun. And so I want to play this video for you. It's a little longer. It's really not that long, but you'll never forget it.
Let's see it.
I got a real nerd alert for you here. I was driving down the road thinking about Einstein's theory of relativity. Did you know that it actually explains why you should buy and sell real estate with me? Okay, let me break it down for you. First of all, special relativity, right? Einstein said that space and time are a part of one big continuum, right, called space-time. That events that seem simultaneous to one person might not actually be for another. So what I mean by this is you waiting to time the market might seem smart to you, but from my perspective, which is scientifically speaking, always right, now is the perfect time to buy or sell. Always, right? So E equals MC squared. That means that energy and mass are interchangeable. So basically all that nervous energy you're spending worrying about real estate and the timing, we can turn that into equity immediately. Let's put that energy to work and get you into a home that starts building you wealth now rather than costing you money to worry about it. Right? So special relativity. So let's talk about general relativity, right? Gravity isn't just a force, it's actually space being warped by mass, right? The more massive something is, the more it pulls things towards it, right? This is science, guys, it's science. So translation is, real estate's massive. It literally pulls wealth, opportunity, and generational security towards it. The more property you own, the more bend that you have in the financial universe for your family's favor, right? And when you work with me, I help you maximize that gravitational pull. No black holes of regret here, right? So basically, you're bending gravity. Final theory here is that Einstein reshaped how we understand the universe. I'm just out here reshaping your financial future, one home at a time. Deal with that. Yes, I'm a licensed agent, broker, whatever I am, but I'm also someone who actually cares about helping you build generational wealth, not just to close a deal. I want your kids to thank you one day for making the smartest move of your life, which is to work with me and to listen to Einstein. Okay? DM me. All right? It's science. It's science.
It's science.
I mean, no words for the creativity. This truly is, you have insight into who April really is, this clever businesswoman who understands so many different things, can tie it all up in a bow and delivers it in this way that I'm like, yeah, she's right. It is science. I do want to work with her.
I love it. It does make me nervous when people record and they're driving.
Right.
The heart palpitations go up, but I know she's very careful, but that was very, very smart. So good.
Yeah, super, super clever. Okay, so I want to sort of tie everything together with some updated benchmarks. So every platform, it has its own rhythm, of course. What we said for a really long time is pick one or two, A, that you like using, and B, where you can find your audience. And don't worry about the rest. It's really irrelevant. Just if you're going to do it, put all of your effort into a platform that really resonates with your style of working, your creativity, etc. And so some updated stats. Instagram carousel, so multiple images, outperform single images, right? It's, again, drawing them into a story, giving them a more immersive experience. And you definitely want to be posting 2 to 6 times per week. I would say closer to the high end of that, almost every day. People consume a ton of content on Instagram. If you're on Facebook, again, albums over single images perform better for immersive experiences. And we want to post either before 7 a.m. or later in the afternoon. TikTok, now this is a highly underutilized app, okay? Underutilized platform. Only about 15% of US agents are actually using it. And it has tremendous reach, a huge audience, is one of the fastest growing apps out there. And it is super fun. You have so many things that you can do in terms of customizing your content. The average agent posts only about 3 times per week, but I guarantee you the more often you post, especially when you're showing up as your authentic self, the more engagement you will get. And another thing about TikTok, I know sometimes it's intimidating to take on a new social platform, especially when it's sort of set up very differently from ones that we're used to. But what I would say is there's so much about TikTok that is already automated, in that you can automatically create, or pardon me, generate captions. You can choose from countless trending songs, and you can also automatically beat match your clips, whether it be images or videos, to the music. So like every time there's a beat change in the music, it automatically will switch, which it creates like a sensory experience for your viewer, right? Like it really makes a huge difference when those beats match. So, and that's all automatic. So you don't need to know how to use all the filters or all the special effects. But of course, as you continue to use it, you'll learn it inside and out. So definitely recommend TikTok for those of you who haven't yet ventured into that space. And last but not least, LinkedIn videos, of course, far outweigh in terms of engagement over links and updates. So that's all I have.
So
that's everything for today. Yeah, how'd that do?
I love it. I wrote a couple notes for sure. We've got to get the handles, the social handles of the examples that you shared, to our audience here. So let's make sure that we do that. Even if they're watching and they're like you said, chances are they're just watching. They're not even interested in buying or selling a home. But you know what? They know people who do.
Absolutely.
If they like your content, they love your quirkiness, they love your authenticity, chances are they're going to refer you because they just feel like they know you, they like you, they're entertained by you, and you keep showing up. So you're going to get the referrals for sure.
Yeah, it's that whole concept of like enchanting, right? Can we enchant our audience to like us, like honestly, and remember who we are? So whether or not they're currently looking to buy or sell, or like you said, they definitely probably know someone who's actively searching for an agent or looking for help. And just being known as a person in the market that knows their stuff and is super fun. It goes a long way, especially considering obviously there's often oversaturation of agents in any one city or town. And so how do you stand out when everybody's using the same devices, they're using the same platforms? It's by showing up as who you truly are.
I love it. And it gives you a higher opportunity for people to follow you. Instead of just viewing the masses, they're following you. So anytime that you post something, guess what? They're going to get a notification.
Yes.
Yeah. Looking at their content again.
Yeah, it's really appreciating and understand that real estate content is now entertainment.
I love it. So good. Thank you so much, Sam. I know that our audience has taken away a lot of really good nuggets. We definitely got to get them the links to the people that you shared examples from. Our audience, if you have people that you love to follow, we would love for you to comment on this Techinar in the chat. Type in, who are you following? Who should we take a look at? We would love to see their content. You can also follow all of our social media platforms where Sam helps make us famous. Connect with us, share our content. Thank you so much, Sam. This was so good.
My pleasure. Thank you so much, Annette.
You bet. So everyone, we'll see you again on the 4th Wednesday of every month at noon Eastern Standard Time. Right here, it's the Techinar, because it's a webinar about technology, and we love sharing knowledge so that you can grow your business. You guys have a great rest of your month. Thank you so much. We'll see you next month.